All right, guys. So quickly, let's create the screens for this. It's just since it's the image we're going to be focusing on, we're just going to create the grid views, and then we're going to create this standard details page that is going to handle the saving and every other bits. Okay. So right here, I'm just going to create, I think, simple stuff with just a grid view, I guess. But it would be best we wrap it first with a container. Yep, so that we'll be able to add a padding. Yeah, that would work. Okay, so I'm just doing this off my head, but let's see. We have a child grid view. Why is container showing red? We can use const here. All right. So here requires a sliver grid delegate dot crux axis count. So I'm going to give this 2, and then the spacing, I think that will be the crux axis spacing. I'm going to give it 8, and the main axis spacing as well is going to be 8. All right, so nothing happens if I save this. Okay, nothing happens. So next thing I'm going to do is just create the children, yeah, that is going to be displayed. So for this bit, I'm just going to use list view.generate because we are not fetching the data now. So I'm just going to use list view.generate so that I'll be able to create the main UI. So for this, I will create I think a container. Yep, container would do, and let me give it some color. Let's say colors.blue or amber. Don't know how clean amber is, but that would be nice. This is unnecessary data. I just wanted to add a padding here, so let's make it 20 to be cool, and you can make this a constant. All right, I think going back to image, you should see some views. Awesome, so we have our views there, and I think what I need to do now is just to give this some cool border radius, yeah, to make it look good. Yeah, this works. So we'll just go ahead to increment it so that it will just look good throughout the UI. Okay, so this is it, and I think we are still going to have the same thing for the settings as well, for the videos as well. So I think what I just need to do is to copy this yeah, the scaffold widget, because I don't want to be creating everything again from scratch. So just copy it and replace it here. So I'm just going to change the color of this one now to let's say blue. Yep, it works. Yep, so you're still going to have the same view. Then once we tap, it takes us to the various pages. So inside these images, now I'm going to be creating image view page. Yeah, image view, and still inside here, I'm just going to create quickly, let's see. Okay, I think I made some mistakes there, and I will have a stateful widget. So I'll be doing image view class image view, or let it just be like that, and then right here we return a scaffold widget, and yeah, a child, a body, sorry, not a child. So inside this body, I'm going to have a container. So basically, this is where all the images is going to show. Yeah, this bit. So I think for some reasons, let me just give it some decoration and yeah, give it a color so that it to just look good. So let me give it colors.gray. All right. So right now we are not seeing what is happening, right? So what I need to do is just to, what I need to do in this case now is to navigate to that page. So I'll go back to my image page and wrap this stuff with a gesture detector. So once we tap, to just navigate to that page. All right, so I already have a navigator somewhere. I think I have one inside splash screen, so I'll just copy it. Okay, and go back here, paste it inside here. So I will replace this now with the image view class. All right, awesome. So going back to this image view, tap on it, it will take us to this page. You can see the smooth animation because, oops, what did I just do? All right, let me go back. I think I made some mistakes. I'm not supposed to use push and remove until, so I'm supposed to use push. Okay, then get rid of this stuff. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, do a hot restart. Okay, Yeah, so once we go back, it takes us to this page. Okay, so now I'm going to build the view, which is going to be the bottom now, floating action buttons, yeah, inside the image view page. Okay, so down here I'm going to create, remember I said it's going to look like this, it's going to have 3 buttons, right? Okay, so I'll quickly create a floating up. So it's supposed to be a row, right? So let me see something. Floating action button, on pressed, and to have a child. So the first one is going to be icons.download, like so. Save it up and let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, we have this. Okay, but for this bit, instead of having a row, because we're supposed to wrap this with a row, but what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to create a list here. Let me just, I normally create it above here, I don't know why, but let me just create a list of buttons. Okay, so I'll just create a list. So what does it take? It takes floating action buttons, yeah. So it's going to be, instead of using floating action buttons, I think it should just be widgets, so that we can return the icons there. Yep, so it's just going to be widgets. Let's say buttons list. So the first one is going to be an icon, icons.download. The second one is just going to be print. Let's use print there because we're going to convert it to PDF and print. Then this one is going to be share, like so. Awesome. So I just want to make them constant, yeah, to just get rid of that error. So now we have 3 buttons, right? So let's quickly build that into the UI. So I'm going to remove this for now. Okay, for some reason I think I'll just wrap this with a row widget. Okay, inside this row I'm going to remove this. Okay, instead of having this, I'm going to be using list.generate. Then I'll give you the length of these buttons list. All right, like so. Okay, then we can now return this boy. Okay, save it. All of them now will be downloads, right? So let me quickly format it very well. So I'll use main axis alignment dot space evenly. That would work. Yippoo! So we have our stuff, and it seems this stuff is not really structured because you can see here is having more space and here is not having more space. So yep, it's just from here. I think what we'll do in this case is to wrap this with a padding, and we can say only let's say only left. Let me make it 10. So I don't know if this is a nice approach, but for the sake of this tutorial, and we're just gonna make it, yeah, pretty much okay. I think 25 would go. Still not good. Yeah, let's go with 25. All right, great. So instead of returning these buttons, we already have our list of buttons here. So what I'll do, I'll just call this bottom list dot the index, right? Awesome. This is getting exciting, you know. And save it. Now we have our 3 buttons. So how do we actually listen to the tab? So what I'm just going to do is to have a switch case here. You can use if statement if you want. So we just use switch index. So if the index, let's say case, if the index is 0, that means let me just log. I'm just going to log download image, like so. Then break it here. Then we check the next one if the index is equal to 1. So we just log print. And the share. So this is what we call the share plus plugin to share the stuff. Okay, you can use default if you want, but I don't go with default. So it works. Print, you can see we have the download image, print, and share. All right, so this is the bit, and this place is just going to show the image for us. Okay, so quickly let's copy this code now to the download file the video side. So I'm just going to create a video view here. All right, and I think there will still be modifications for this video view, because it's not going to be like this, definitely, but we are going to do that after integrating the whole stuff. So I'm going to have video view and save this bit. Remember, it doesn't have print, so I'm just going to get rid of that print, and no need to check for print here. So I'll just have change this stuff now to 1. Okay, do a hot restart. Everything should be working very well now. Let's see image. So we have, oops, something is breaking. I think it's more like the heroes multiple tags issues. So going back to our image, I'm going to change this. It's coming from floating action button, so I'm going to change this stuff now. I will give them a unique heroes. So the hero tag is just going to be the index. Yeah, it's going to be the index. So just make all of them unique, and I will do the same thing for the video view as well. So hero, yep, we are having that issue because we have so many hero floating action button that uses the same hero widgets. So I use index to make all of them unique, all right, to get rid of it. So you can see we won't have that error again, and now it works. We can go back and videos. Okay, so I've not added the on tap to the videos on, so I'll just copy this. Yep, so go to video and wrap this with our gesture detector. Alright, so we are good to go. Alright guys, and in the next video we start integrating the logic or working with path provider, and I think for that bit I'm not going to be using emulator. I'm going to switch to my physical device because I have WhatsApp there, and I'm currently using WhatsApp Business, which is business WhatsApp. So I'm going to show you guys the paths where we can retrieve the video and everything. You can also do the same thing if you're working with normal WhatsApp. Yeah, it's still going to work. Yeah, I'm going to switch to my device, my physical device, and we'll use it for debugging. And yeah, we're going to use it until we finish this course. All right guys, see you in the next video.